All right, welcome back to Vidane Racing and the Rent a Race Car Super Speedway Series. Tonight we've got the Joe's Variety Hour 150 live from Daytona. That's the old Daytona, rocky road, bumpy track. Going to be a lot of fun tonight. And as you can see, the champion of this series, Vidane Racing Championship, will receive that championship belt. What a gorgeous belt it is. And Casey, these guys are taking on one heck of a tough track tonight.
It sure is, Dean. This is one bumpy track. It actually produces some pretty good racing back in the day, but it's really a challenge for these drivers.
It really is. As we take a look in here quickly on the standings, you got Wes Hogue leading the way. Sean M. Butler is 5 points back. Jonathan Shipman in third. Paul Strickland Jr. is 22 points back. Joshua Filia 23 points back. Jared Bolliard is 24 back. Houston Hammer 25 back. Watson 26 back. Er- Alec Karen is 30 back. Joe Morganetti 31 back. We take a look in at currently. We got our friend Paul Strickland Jr. on the top of the board. Casey.
Yeah, Paul was looking pretty good out there for practice. Looking for good things for him tonight.
Yeah, absolutely. Paul also as we'll get right into our keys to the race. Paul involved in those keys to the race today. Uh, we got a bumpy surface here, of course, and the old 2007 Daytona. You guys are going to have a hard time keeping that line steady and smooth, which is car handling and control. Really tough out there. You need friends to working together. And actually, Paul's not in these actual keys, but we have it on good authority that he leads this league in incident points in the fewest, I believe, and I hope that's true. But Paul doing a great job out here tonight and always.
Yeah, it's very important to keep yourself pretty clean out there, and when you do that, you're going to be around at the end to have a good result.
We're looking at the weather here. Air temp 79, 85 track temp. Pretty racy conditions, Casey.
Yeah, they're going to do some sliding around on these bumps. It should be really interesting how they handle the draft around here.
It really should. As we take a look in at Alec Karen here, who is currently making his qualifying lap here. So, what would your strategy be here tonight, Casey? You got the old bumpy track. You don't run it too often. You got the K&N car. You got a small field tonight as well. So you got a fast repair, 60% gas. Are you thinking, you know what? I'm gonna get up there and get racy. There's not many cars. There's not that much of a chance of a wreck, and I got a backup that'll only put me, into whatever 12th place or something if there is a wreck.
Yeah, actually, I was thinking about that. I think I'd want to be out front. Track position should be pretty key tonight with, I think, of how this draft package works, but I'm not too sure. But I think I'd rather be out front tonight.
Yeah, definitely. I always like being out front. I always think that's a great strategy at any track. And here at the Super Speedways, it's either the front or the back for me.
Yeah, I never like to be in the middle. I usually, if I fall to the middle, I'll fall to the back because just kind of like to have my security there. It's a little rough in the middle.
Absolutely correct. As we continue to watch Karen here going around the track. Oh, and he's riding the wall up high. That's going to be tough on his qualifying run.
Yeah, it looks like he's gonna restart that.
He might be gone too far to get another shot at it. So we see Joe Branch here take the top of the leaderboard. Oh, and Taylor Lakowski has just surpassed him, as has Eric Wineland. You're talking a little bit about these paint jobs out here tonight, Casey. There's some really slick looking cars out here.
Yeah, it brings back some old memories, that's for sure. I really enjoy the throwback paint schemes.
You were saying there was an old Gordon paint scheme out here. Who's riding that tonight?
Well, there's Jonathan Goke. He's running an old 24 on my scheme on my screen here.
Yeah, Jonathan Goke in that old 24. Very familiar looking, cool looking car for sure. But right now, as they wind down this qualifying here, we're going to get everything set, get them all lined up, and we'll take a quick commercial break and be right back with your starting order.
Coming up to the line, being chased, and it was Braden Johnson. Unbelievable finish. It was 1/1000th of a second between them.
Green flag in the air. We are racing in the 2020 24 Hours of Daytona.
They go door to door for the feature race lead here on the last lap of the race. Side for the race lead in the final corner at Homestead.
Down the back straightaway, 3 wide again for the race lead. This is unbelievable stuff here tonight.
Loma is going to have to be very deep on the brakes, and he is very deep on the brakes. It's side by side through the corner. This is for the win.
It'll be side by side. Davies low, Ottinger high. To the very inside is Garrett low. 4 wide at the stripe. For Audie's win here on this outside line. Neck and neck. Who's going to back out? Does anyone back out? Verstappen starts to squeeze on the inside, and now he'll try and straight line it. Goes under the apron. Drag race to the line. It's so close to call.
All right, welcome back here to the Joe's Variety Hour 150 from Daytona. You guys go check out that Joe's Variety Hour at bsshow.info. They put on a great like morning style show, old style like radio show. You know, lots of fun, prank calls, good laughs, some racing stuff, lots of stuff these guys talk about. They have a great time over there. All right, as we look in at the board here, it looks like Goke's still on top, Casey.
Yeah, he looks pretty fast, and he was up front all week last week. I think he might be my favorite tonight.
Definitely going to be tough for sure. As we look in here on our starting order, try and get this settled here. You got Jonathan Goke on the pole with a time of 48.77 seconds. Eric Wineland will be starting on the outside of row 1. Joe Branch is going to be starting third in that 72 car. Brandon Cruz is going to be starting in fourth on the outside of row 2. The 83 truck of Taylor Lakowski will be starting fifth. Alec Karen will be starting in the 6th spot. Joe Morganetti in the 53 machine will be starting on the inside of row 4. Wes Hogue, our points leader, is going to be starting on the outside of row 4. Brad Patton, will be starting 9th. Jared Bullard will start in the 10th spot. Starting 11th in the 13 truck will be Bobby Sweeney. Paul Strickland Jr. will start on the outside of row 6, and bringing up the rear tonight is going to be Eric Brantley in that 12th car. Short field here today, Casey, but it's going to be still going to be challenging even with these less cars out here tonight.
It sure will be. You'll have less help, and it'll be hard to get to the front.
So what do you expect out of these first few laps here, Casey? I'm expecting these guys to be the same as they always are, highly aggressive. Even, like I said, with only 14 cars on the track, there's still plenty of cars to make moves here. And I think you're going to see it right from the get-go.
Yeah, I believe so. With how fast some of these guys are compared to the other ones, there might be some guys that want to charge pretty quick, maybe try to break away from a couple other guys.
Absolutely. Guys like Wes Hogue back there sitting in 8th spot. As we see Daniel Harrington just checked in, I believe. So hopefully he can make the start of this race as well.
Yeah, it looks like he'll be able to make it. I'm not sure. He's not on. He missed the start, but get a quick caution. He'll be right in the race.
All right, good stuff. As a pace car takes these cars around and these guys get pumped up. Old Daytona, man, in the K&N car. This is going to be a lot of fun. Really tough on these drivers. We'll get some in-car shots later to just show you what they're dealing with. I mean, the bumps around this track are extraordinary.
Yeah, it really does push you up the track, so just gotta be careful down there on the bottom. Make sure you have plenty of room if you're on the outside.
All right, the green flag drops. The 24 is down and away. He's got the 72 in tow. Up high, you got the 21 of Eric Wineland. You got the 54 of Brandon Cruz. And these guys are both locked on each other. These cars can push quite well.
Yeah, they push rather well. Should be interesting to see if anybody wants to take the lead here.
Already we're seeing cars go low and go high. We got guys underneath the apron here. The 83 looks like he's falling back. Taylor Lekowski here just deciding to lay back a bit and play it easy.
Already some exciting moves there on the backstretch, 3 wide for the lead.
Yeah, these guys won't hold back here. We got the 53s already up there. Joe Morganetti pushing up to 4th place already. The 22 coming up high here. He's going to make a move. That's Brad Patton here trying to push his way all the way up to the lead.
Unfortunately, the 81 got in the wall coming out of turn 4 there, and he's going to be behind for a little while.
That is unfortunate. We were watching the 81 a bit there as he went around. It looked like he was having a hard time keeping the car down and riding a high line. I was wondering if he was trying to go 3 wide or just having a bit of a control issue there.
Yeah, he might just went up too high. That's the way this track bounces you up there. You might not have expected it.
Yeah, it definitely does. It'll kick you up a lane, kick you up 2 lanes even. As we watch now, the 24 continues lead, but the 72 of Joe Branch is making a move on the outside here. That's going to bring the 54 to the low side, pushing that leader, the 24. Boy, you can really see those cars, especially on the bottom, bouncing around mid-corner there in turn 2.
Yeah, it looks like the outside line is just starting to really form up now. We got the fourth guy getting in line there. So it's 4 versus 4 right now.
Yeah, these guys are doing a great job here. Side-by-side action. As the 24 continues to lead, he's doing a great job on that low side. The 72 on the outside just can't seem to get the traction yet. Maybe not enough cars up there, Casey?
Yeah, it looks like the 21 pushed up a little bit coming out of the corner. It must be pretty tight coming out of that corner right now.
We got lots of good cars here hanging around the back too. As we see Paul Strickland Jr.'s back. Well, he's a little bit off the pace actually. He's got to catch up. And you got guys like Jared Bolyard back here. Taylor Lekowski is falling back to there.
Yeah, they might be expecting a caution here. They seem to be racing pretty respectful here right now.
These guys are doing a fantastic job out here, running side by side. Here we are so far through 4 laps, nice and clean. Looks like we're going to have a pretty lengthy green flag run here, Casey.
Yeah, it's looking that way. That's why you want to be up front. Ooh. As I see the 24 is getting a little bit below that yellow line and kind of had me scared. Or it might have been the 72.
Now you look back at a Paul Strickland Jr. here. Do you think he's out of touch with these guys, or is he all right back there?
I'm not too sure how far back he can be to pull back up, but he might be just a little too far back right now. Ooh, and the 24 gets in the outside wall.
The 24 of
Jonathan Good.
Or sorry, wrong one. Jonathan Goke, really? Wow. I'm sorry we missed that one. I might have to take that back.
Yeah, it looks like they're struggling to get off of turn 4 there, just pushing right up to the wall. Here comes the 54 on the outside and make it 3 wide for the lead.
Yep, 3 wide. Here we go, folks. This is Vidane Racing, man. They race hard and they race clean. Bunch of great guys out here. The 54 trying to make it work, just can't get it done. He's going to file back in behind the 22 of Brad Patton.
They're looking really racy right now. As the 72 comes back up high, he's got some help.
Yeah, 72's got a little help. 21 still leading this race of Eric Wineland. He's got himself a point now. And looks like that outside's finally getting going. The inside's struggling a little bit. Wes Hope catches a piece of the apron there.
Ooh, and the 54 catches the wall coming out of turn 2.
Yeah, everybody catching that wall on the high side. I don't think they're ready for that bounce that you get. You hit one of those bumps, it'll throw you a lane up for sure.
Yeah, you definitely want to give yourself some room, and man, that's unfortunate. I've seen 3 guys on the wall already.
Yeah, and our friend Paul Strickland Jr. there has got, he's been affected by that because he's back 6 seconds here. So right now we have a breakaway pack of 8 cars. And these guys are going to be incredibly hard to catch. I mean, if this goes green, there's a lot of cars in trouble here.
Yeah, and it's all going to come down to pit stops if this goes green, because once we hit that first pit stop, it might even break these guys up even further.
It looks like Goke had to go in and pit as he's a lap down. You're about to go 2 laps down, I believe. Maybe that's only his first lap down. I'm not sure.
Yeah, I think he wanted to go in and get that car repaired so he wouldn't lose too much time all by himself, you know, because he wouldn't be able to hang with the draft. Oh, and there's a wreck! Wes Hogue just got spun on the front stretch.
Oh, no. Our points leader, Wes Hogue, in trouble. As we'll get a quick look at this here as the 12 is coming up, and he just touches barely the outside of the 38, turns them. Wes Hogue a heavy lick into the wall. This is going to give everybody a chance to pit, though. Get a fast repair if they have one, and get this field all bunched back up together.
Yeah, everybody should be on equal terms again here, and man, that was unfortunate, but at least everybody gets to reset.
As that was our replay, brought to you by Rowdy's, their dipping services. These guys do great body work. They do these great dips, so you can do a whole paint job on the outside of your car. They're just fantastic work. Go check them out. I know they got a great Facebook page you guys can go check out. Rowdy Dipping Services, a great bunch of guys.
All right, we'll see if there's any takers for pit road here. I see the 24 of Jonathan Goke. He is a lap down and looking to get that lap back.
I would assume it looks like a bunch are coming in, if not everybody.
And Jonathan is getting the lucky dog.
All right, bring Jonathan Goke back into this. A contender all the time. The 21's down and away.
Yep, he's first one off the pit road.
Now it looks like he must not have took any tires or something.
Yeah, he definitely got out pretty quick.
Now, what would you think about that in a 60-lap race here on a bumpy old track with some handling issues? Guy not taking any tires, perhaps, to get out there in the lead and avoid some of this carnage. What are your thoughts on that, Casey?
You know, it might be all right. It's still pretty early. Um, maybe he's saving his time.
Yeah, he could be. We look in at Eric Wineland. He started on the outside of row one, currently in first place. Just a fantastic job so far, and he did a good job last week. I mean, I'm sure a lot of guys ran into problems, but Eric was tough all race long.
Yeah, he was. He was right up there the whole time and looked pretty strong.
Brad Patton here, currently second, started ninth. Joe Walsh will be in third, as he started third, so he's still there. Joe Morganetti in the 53 machine. He's moved up from 7th up to 4th. And we got the 12 car of Eric Brantley rounded out our top 5. He started back in 13th place.
Yeah, looks like Brad Patton's coming back in. Maybe he's got some fuel strategy here.
Well, it's possible with a 60% tank. I'm thinking, you still got to make another stop, but maybe this would get him to the halfway point.
Yeah, maybe he's thinking it might get him one last pit stop here. If he can top off. He did take tires though.
As we throw a pic of the Vidane Racing Championship belt up there. Don't forget the champion of this series gets this gorgeous belt. What a awesome prize that is, Casey. I'd love to have that thing.
Oh yeah, it's very unique to have something like that. It's really cool that they offer that here. I mean, anybody should be excited to win something like that.
Most definitely. All right, well, some of these guys have used up their fast repair, and it looks like Daniel Harrington was unable to get to the start of this race, or at least fell out shortly thereafter. But you got Gok is back on the lead lap. I think Bulliard, I'm not sure what's happening with him. He might be okay.
Yeah, he was still in the lead pack, so he might just be topping off himself too.
Yeah, it looks like we might have a fuel mileage race here if it was able to go green.
Yeah, it's not a bad idea to always top off. I mean, Daytona, you have plenty of time to go catch up, and might get you that extra lap you might possibly need, as most of the cars are coming back down right now.
Wow, everybody jumping on this strategy. You got Gok, Hogue, Branch is down here, Bukowski, Strickland, all on pit road right now. And Brandon Cruz, Brandon, I can't see your full last name, so sorry about not throwing that in there. But Brandon Cruz is down there topping up as well.
Yep, and it should be interesting to see if they can make it on gas, shorten it up and beat those guys out front.
Definitely.
So the top 4, they stayed out. So there's gonna be 4 guys on a different strategy. The 22 did pit last time by, so it'll be just the 3 cars out front that might be a little bit shorter.
Well, I mean, either way is a good strategy. These guys race hard, and they do attempt to race clean and everything, but when you're racing that hard from lap 1 all the time, especially on an old bumpy track like this, you're bound to have cautions. I don't blame these guys for staying out whatsoever. They're probably expecting another caution or 2 before this is done.
Right. It wouldn't surprise me with the way that they're pushing, getting out of the corners. Might cause a wreck here.
So we look in at row 2 there. We got 2 different Budweiser cars side by side. A little bit of the old, a little bit of the new. or I wouldn't call either one of them new, but
Green flag, green flag.
as the green flag drops, the 21 gets a big jump, and he's out there. Could be all alone. That could be bad for Eric Wineland there, as Wes Hogue settles in, or not Wes Hogue, the 53 of Joe Morganetti settles into second place.
Yeah, it was a pretty good start by Eric there, but yeah, these guys suck back up to you pretty quick, but it looks like he's doing all right.
Definitely, as here comes one of those Bud cars on the high side, 22 of Brad Patton, and he's been racy all afternoon here. He's looking pretty strong. He's got a little bit of help there from, I believe that's the 83 of Taylor Lakowski.
Yeah, that Joe Morganetti, he's pushing that 21 car of Eric, and man, they're really hooked up right now. It's gonna be hard to pass them.
What is that paint scheme the 53's rocking there? I like the looks of that. Is that an old Napa paint scheme?
Actually, that's let me see here.
It's reminiscent of the old Michael Waltrip, but I don't believe that's what it is.
No, it's actually Low Budget TV. That's his sponsor, so it's a custom one. Wow,
Nice,
three
as
wide.
we go 3 wide here, maybe 4 wide. There was a thought there for a second.
Hey, man, these cars are really bouncing. It's really, oh man, I'm on the edge of your seat right now.
Yeah, well, let's jump on board here with the 21 of Eric Wineland and just show you how these cars are bumping around. I mean, it's crazy out there.
That's what's fun about this little track here. Eventually, the new Daytona, we'll get back to that, bumping around, but now we've got that smoothness for today.
You don't feel it so much from the in-car, but you can see the 53 here of Joe Morganetti in front, and I mean, wow, does it ever look like a handful? Just bouncing through the corner, moving up the track. Crazy, crazy.
Yeah, it felt like your front tires skip up. It's pretty wild. Look at that, turn 3 and 4, just so rough.
Oh my goodness. What a handful. These guys are doing a great job to hold it on this track at all.
Yeah, they really are. I mean, I don't know if I'd do that good out there. They're doing really good side by side the whole time here.
So we got a new contender on the high side here. That is another Bud car here. I think that's Alec Karen there in that familiar Dale Jr. paint scheme.
Yeah, it is. He's hooked up with the other Budweiser car. They're looking to get to the front here.
Yeah, I mean, there's got to be a good chance these guys are teammates, so maybe they're hooked up together here, and maybe they can make something happen.
Yeah, could be teammates.
As the 24 makes another appearance up here in our top 5. That's Jonathan Goke, and now he's used his fast repairs, so you know, he's putting it on the line being up here.
Yeah, I mean, we're at lap 17 to 60, and yeah, you don't want to be waiting in the back right now. You don't want to lose that lead pack, and you want to be part of the action.
Speaking of the back, we got Paul Strickland Jr. still falling off. He's 7 seconds back again, struggling mightily on this extremely bumpy old track here.
Yeah, I just wonder if they're holding back or maybe missed the setup tonight.
Well, he could be saving fuel, I suppose. You never know.
Right? Yeah, that could be. These guys up front, they're racing pretty hard.
So we've had a chance here to watch a little bit and get a feel for these guys. Who do you got tonight, Casey?
You know what? I had Coke, but he's lost one of his mulligans, and I think I'm gonna go with the 21 car of Eric Wineland.
Yeah, Eric Wineland, a solid pick to be sure. Myself, I just love that look at that car, that 53 of Joe Morganetti, and I'm gonna pick him to take this home tonight.
Don't count the guys out in the back yet. They really might be just saving some fuel here.
Oh, most definitely. I mean, it is still early for these guys. Lap 19 of 60. Long way to go here at Daytona.
I mean, I'm looking at Joe Branch right now. He's in the 10th spot, and he doesn't seem to want to charge back up to the front there, and you know, not losing touch. It looks like he's just riding it out.
Well, one guy who does want to charge, that's the 54 there. That's Brandon Cruz, and he's been doing a great job tonight, man. Don't count him out.
Yeah, he's been working that high side pretty well tonight. I can push a couple cars to the lead.
I'm gonna look in on Brandon Cruz here and his last name, and after seeing it, I don't think we'll attempt it, Brandon, right now. But Brandon Cruz having a great night, starting fourth, currently on the point.
Yeah, that high line's looking pretty tight there. Working really well together.
Yeah, 21's doing a great job. Eric Wineland there pushing that 54 right up to the lead of Brandon Cruz.
Yeah, we got 4 cars on that outside line. Oh, now as the 21 dives down in, I thought maybe they're going to start running that high line.
Yeah, Eric Wineland not content to push, made a solid move down to the inside. The 22 of Brad Patton is going to take the outside line now and trying to challenge for this lead.
And the 54 goes the outside, making it 3 wide.
Man, you gotta love it. These guys at Vidane just pushing the limits of these cars on a bouncy, tough track, going 3 wide again and again.
It's amazing, Dean. It's a tight, bumpy track, and man, these guys, they've got the talent to do it.
They do. It makes me want to get out there and run as the 54 makes a sudden move to the inside. What a great move there. There was lots of room. He's going to jump to the lead now.
I love it. Everybody wants to get a point for leading, and they're fighting to get into this championship, and they're doing a good job right now.
Right now we got like a 10-car pack. We got 6 guys really battling up here. And then we got 4 guys kind of lingering, you know, starting back with the 9-car of, what's that, Jarrett Bolyard. Just kind of from him back, kind of hanging there, conserving their stuff, you know, staying out of trouble. Perhaps even playing a fuel mileage game, not sure.
Yeah, that's what I'm wondering. See, the 81's starting to drop back a little bit. I wonder if he's thinking about fuel mileage too.
But up front, boy, even the 24 of Jonathan Goat continues to push. That little incident isn't going to stop him from racing, boy. He is pushing. And he jumps to the outside, and the other car jumps to the inside. The 22 down low. The 24 is up high.
They're tight, bouncing around down there on the bottom lane. And here comes the 54 and the 21 again.
My goodness, the lead changes. There's got to be at least 2 every lap.
Hey, they come here to race tonight. They're not wanting to sit around.
That's it. They're not going to sit around. They're not going to wait. It's, oh, we thought about 3 wide one more time. He falls back into line there. That's the 21, Eric Wineland. Not content to run back here in 4th place. As Joe Morganetti just lingers there on 3rd on the bottom side, continuing to do a good job. Still my pick for the race win tonight.
He's looking good. He's looking real strong. He had a good run there.
As they go 3 wide again. Whew, 54 and 21 close to the wall up there. Whoa, pushing real hard. Down low, Joe Morganetti almost touching the apron down there.
Oh, they had me hold my breath there for a minute.
My God, eh? That's tough driving up there, boy. They're doing a hell of a job.
Yeah, they look like they're having fun out there. I mean, working some action like that at definitely not the official series because it would not last long.
He definitely would not. This would have been wrecked out many times over. As Brad Patton is our leader in the 22 truck. I'm sorry, the board wasn't up to date. Brandon Cruz in the 54. You got the 24 down low. He's back up there. Jonathan Goke. He's not going to give it up. And Joe Morganetti down low. We're going to take it 3 wide here.
Oh, here we go. 2x2.
3x3.
3x3. Sorry.
Oh, the 21's in the wall a bit. And he's got to get back up to speed or he's going to lose this draft. Oh, I'm not sure if he's got enough to catch up.
Yeah, it's gonna be tough. At least it looks like he didn't get much damage out of it, in case there is another caution.
That's Eric Wineland. He was challenging for this win and doing a great job, but riding that high side can be dangerous.
Yeah, it can. He'll sneak up on you. It doesn't look like he has much damage at all, so he should be good. If he can get a caution to catch back up.
Yeah, I think he just fell out of the draft. He's going to be in trouble. Speaking of trouble, we got Paul Strickland Jr. He's getting close to being lapped if he wasn't already.
Yeah, unfortunately, it looks like Paul has some damage on his right front there. Definitely been involved in some kind of accident.
Yeah, he definitely got some heavy damage there. He needs some repairs. He needs a lucky dog.
Well, he doesn't need it right yet, but he will in a lap or so. Oh, that lead pack's coming up on him quick.
Real quick, and this is going to be dangerous here. We're going to go 3 wide down here.
Well, it looks like they'll make it by him pretty easy there.
Yeah, it's a good spot there before the corner came up. And we'll see if Paul can latch on here or if he's got too much damage and can't keep up. Looking like that car is struggling a little bit. As our new leader, Joe Morganetti, followed by the 22 of Brad Patton, and I believe Jonathan Goke in 3rd place.
Yeah, Joe's looking pretty good here.
Yeah, he's looking about the most stable, but that's not saying a lot. These cars are bouncing no matter who you are.
Yeah, it's not going to matter what you do to the setup. It's definitely going to be bouncing pretty hard.
So another guy...
single file. They might be getting ready for pit stops here soon.
Yeah, they could be getting ready for pit stops, or they could be just taking a breather here and kind of running a couple of laps. They've done a lot of hard racing. And as the tires wear a little bit, I think they're finding these cars are moving more and more and more. They come up on another lapper here.
Yeah, it looks like Eric Brantley's also got some damage. Maybe he hit the wall, maybe.
And that could be another reason they were single file there with an approaching car like that.
Right, so we're lap 30 right now of 60, so halfway.
So we jump in the car here of Jonathan Goke. Oh, you see just how much those cars in front of him. Joe Morganetti moving around. A little subtle bump there from Goke.
Well, looks like the 54 is going to make it 3 wide here.
Three wide through the middle of the corner. The 22 getting a little loose there. 54 files in behind. As we look back at like Jarrett Bolyard here in that 9 car, he's just been lingering, Casey. He's been right there all night, just a couple of cars back.
Yeah, it looks like he's taking the approach of just keeping his car clean here, staying in the pack, but just keeping it clean.
Yeah, you got him. You got the 83. I believe you got Wes Hogue there.
Yeah, Wes
Joe
Hogg's
Brand.
definitely going to want to take it easy. He already used up that mulligan.
That 54 continues to ride the high side. He's all alone up there. He's hanging in there all alone. If you could get a racing partner, he'd probably go up to the lead, Casey.
Yeah, we've seen it already. Somebody pushed him to the lead before, but he's pushed a lot of guys to the lead tonight. He's got a pretty strong car.
It's almost hard to explain how they've gone single file here now. I really think the car is just handling so poorly at this point.
Yeah, it really might be. Tires might be wearing out here. All that bumping and sliding around. It's sure take a toll on the handling of the car.
So when we look back at pit stops now, I believe pit stops were around a lap 11, and guys topped up maybe on lap 12 and 13. Now we're only 15 laps from that now, so I'd say with 28 to go, you're looking at what, another 6-7 laps, and we got pit stops coming.
Yeah, if they can make it that far, and they should be able to go the rest of the way. I'm not sure how far they can go. Guess we'll find out pretty soon.
Well, generally speaking, around 40 laps. They're on 60%, so that's going to be about 24-ish laps. Just a wild guess. Probably a little less than that. But you got to think with those guys topping up earlier that, it's more. So if they was on lap, say 12, they topped up. That'd be 48. That'd be 24 for a halfway.
Well, they're about there right now, so
it'd be interesting to see if the guys who stayed out, Casey, if they can make it to this, say 24 to go or 23 to go.
yeah, it would. They might have wanted to get in the back of the pack. I'm not sure. Maybe they weren't on pit strategy.
Well, this could be the reason they're single file too. Maybe we got a bunch of guys trying to conserve fuel here.
That could be it. I never thought of that. But that 54, he still wants to be out there. He wants to get to the front. He's hanging there pretty well.
Yeah, it's amazing. He's staying up there on the high side all alone, no draft at all, and just the top four aren't passing him. I gotta believe they're conserving gas because you think they would just go right on by. But as we get down, you can see now the 81 kind of thinking about jumping out there. I think the guys might have decided, hey, we've got enough fuel. Time to turn it up a bit.
Yeah, I think they got enough fuel. It's just getting past these pit stops. They should be good to go. And
Oh, the 24 is down. We got 4 of them down pit road here. The 24, the 53, the 54, and the 81. I believe those are all the guys who stayed out.
Ooh, the 53, he touched the grass coming in. Hopefully that's not a penalty.
Yeah, that'd be real tough on my pick, Joe Morganetti. I hope that's not the case. As we'll stay with them here on pit lane and see how they come out. Remember, the 24 didn't take any tires last pit stop.
Yeah, it looks like everybody's taking tires.
He's going to be down and away first again.
The 53 is still in the pit lane here. He definitely got a penalty out of it, as he just touched the grass.
Well, that's not good. That could be spell the end for my pick tonight. But back up front, well, the leaders are in now. 1 lap later, 22 of Brad Patton leading them down. Wes Hogue right there, the 83, the 72. Everybody's in now. And Joe Morganetti's still sitting in his pit box. And he's finally taken off.
Wow, that's very unfortunate. He's definitely going to have to hit for a caution.
Now, right now, we got Jared Bulliard out on the track all alone leading this race. Now, has he yet to pit? I don't believe he's come in yet.
No, I don't believe he's
Yes.
coming in right now.
Yeah, here he comes. One lap later. This could be costly for him. You might want to consider 2 tires.
Unfortunately, it looks like Wes Hogue has also gotten a penalty. He's still sitting in the pit box.
Oh, wow. Wes Hogue, our points leader right now, now in real trouble of having a bad points night. So when we look back up here as it files through, it's hard to tell for certain, but maybe the 83 or the 22 are going to be our leader. We'll get it all sorted out during this next lap here.
Looks like maybe the 72.
Yeah, there's a group of 4 up here that all pitted together. It looks like they might be the group. We got the 24, looks like the 81, the 72, and the 22. And that's Jonathan Goke. I believe that's your pick tonight.
Well, I liked him in the beginning of the race, and I changed my pick to the 20 car, and he seemed to lost the draft.
Oh, you picked it to 21, Eric Wineland, right?
Right. Looks like that 54. I don't know if he's latched onto that draft or not. Looks like he's close enough.
This is really interesting the way this is shooken out.
That 9 car, he had a really good pit stop way out. He's got 2.5 seconds on this pack.
Yeah, they're coming fast though.
Yeah, but it was, man, what a great pit stop.
Yeah, it was interesting that he come in a lap later. You'd think that would have slowed him down, but boy, oh boy, the different speed they're running here. He might have a hard time latching on to these guys.
Yeah, I think that's why he stayed low, to try to force them on the outside and try to catch that draft a little easier.
He's got a little bit of help behind him. I think he'll be able to do it. But right now, we got the 72 of Joe Branch is our new leader tonight, and he's looked solid all night long.
Yeah, he was just waiting back that whole run, and now he's back out front and looking good. I don't know if that 9's going to catch him.
Well, he's getting a push right now. I don't know if 2 cars can do it. They're just on the verge. This little 3 wide might have slowed them down. As a 53, an unfortunate incident. Joe Morganetti on pit road. He comes by. He's going to struggle, but he's going to help that 9 and them drop back up, I think.
Yeah, that's going to help for sure. Man, it's just hard to catch that draft. Yeah, the 9 and the 54, they're going to be good now, thanks to the 53.
Yeah, he bridged that gap, and they came right back up there. All right, we're down to 19 to go. We got ourselves a 6-way battle for this lead, and it's going to get interesting, boy. These boys, they're not going to hold back in these final 10 laps when we get there.
No, it's going to be really interesting here. Wonder how much help they got a 6-7 car pack here. Joe Morganetti, he's going to be the wild card. Depending on who he helps.
Yeah, it's a 24. Jonathan Goke leads. The 22 of Brad Patton continues to push. The 72 of Joe Walsh now in 3rd place. Eric Karen in that 81 is in 4th. And we got the 9 of Jarrett Bolliard. And I believe the 54 of Brandon Cruz. These guys get back to side-by-side action here. 72, the 9, and the 54 up high. 24, 22, and 81 down low. They got Joe Morganetti in there helping as well.
Yeah, they're coming up on a couple other lap cars coming. Man, it's getting down to it here. About 16 laps to go.
Yeah, it's really getting down there. Nobody's going to want to give at this point, so we're going to go 3 wide, maybe through this corner here, and this could be very interesting.
Yeah, I look for somebody to take advantage of the draft put out there. Maybe go to a lead.
As you see the 9 car of Jared Bolliard, who's played it smart all day, he's dropped down to the inside now. He's saying, I don't want any part of that with his lap cars up there.
Yeah, it's not a bad move. I think he still has a quick repair left. If I was him, I'd be trying to get out to that front.
And that's going to put the 72 of Joe Walsh, who was leading this group. Now he's at the rear of this group.
Comes to 22. He's taking advantage of them lap cars there.
He is. He's not holding back. He's saying, let me use this to my advantage here.
And it looks like he's going to lead that lap.
Yeah, that paid off for him. If he was looking to lead 1 lap. Right now, it's interesting. He's going to have to squeeze in there. Boy, oh boy, the way these cars move, man, that's a tight fit. He falls in line, and this pack is just growing by 2 more, even though they're a lap down.
Yeah, it will be interesting here. I'd like to see if... Ooh!
Oh, no!
It's like Paul Strickland Jr.
Paul Strickland getting lapped. Couldn't quite hang on to it.
Yeah, it looked like he got a little help there. A little help from the 22.
Yeah, the 22 being a little aggressive on the outside there. But he's still up here fighting for this race win, Brad Patton. As they come up on yet another lap car here. We're at 14 to go.
Oh man, they're getting really dicey back here. The 54 and the 9.
Yeah, the 21's back there as well. These boys are really, they're getting antsy. As that's Wes Hogue, they're going to put another lap down. The 24 started up front, I believe, and will, he's leading this lap. That's Jonathan Gope.
Yeah, he's going to have to deal with that 22 though. I think the 54 is going to be coming up and helping him. Karen decides to pull out right behind him.
Yeah, we've got the 22 up high, Karen up high, the 54 of Brandon Cruz is up high, Wes Hogue up here, and he's going to get in the mix of this thing too, and perhaps help one of these guys on to victory.
Yeah, and look at Joe Morganetti. He's second on the inside line there. He is a lap down. He's in a lucky dog spot, but he's pushing that 24 car to lead.
Yeah, it's an interesting thing. Like, what do you do when you're a lap down? Do you just continue to race your race? Do you get out of the way? I mean, there is no real right answer in these situations, is there?
No, there's not. You definitely want to try to be the lucky dog, and the 21 car is coming on the outside to fight him for it. So we got 2 lap cars out in between the first and second place car.
Yeah, it's interesting. We got a secondary race to the main race, and they're separating the field from the leader, the 24 car of Jonathan Goke. So interesting to have a battle for that lucky dog, but also interesting that it's really hurting some of these other guys.
Yeah, it's definitely hurting the 22 and 81. They're probably getting a little aggravated. They have a roadblock in front of them to get to the lead.
I'm sure they are, and this is going to just force things 3 wide here at some point, as we're at 11 to go right now.
Yeah, I don't think that 22 is going to be wanting to wait around too much longer here. He's going to have to get by these guys.
We jump on board of Jarrett Bulliard here, and just looking at these cars bouncing around. I mean, it makes me laugh every time I see it. It's just violent out here. These guys are dealing with a lot.
Yeah, it's real rough out there. They're doing a really good job.
And you can hear the tires sliding. I mean, it's not like these things are stable at all. They're almost fishtailing it at Daytona.
Yeah, the 24 there, he looked pretty squirrely getting out of the turn. He's hanging on. And the 22, he pushed that 21 right back on the lead lap. He took matters in his own hands there.
Well, you got him on the lead lap. Now you got Wes Hogue up there, and now he's 2 laps down, but he can still get or I guess he couldn't get the lucky dog. But he's going to help this 22 of Brad Patton. Wes Hogue, the points leader. I mean, he's no slouch, so the 22 of Brad Patton will take all the help he can get.
And unfortunately, that 24 car, he is boxed in. He's got a lap car in front, lap car in back, lap car on the side of him. He has nowhere to go right now.
Yeah, this is getting antsy. And, you know, the question is, will a caution come out here? I mean, with this kind of traffic and a battle for the win and this kind of track, you got to assume that there's no way this could go green to the finish.
Well, they're doing a damn good job of it because it's pretty tight racing right now.
Pretty tight racing in a car that has got terrible handling condition on a track that just doesn't allow for it. I mean, these guys at Vidane Racing, man, just top notch, doing a fantastic job.
Yeah, they've done a great job tonight. I mean, other than that one car, they've been flawless.
So the 21 continues to lead this race, or is leading now, Eric Wineland. That's your pick, Casey. And right behind him was your another guy you liked, and Jonathan Goat. And then they're hooked up.
Yeah.
Or Wineland's a lap down. My bad.
Oh, and there's the 83, the lap car there, just really shook things up there.
They almost got together. All right, some of these guys at the back are starting to think about making their move too. Or the 72 of Joe Branch is back there. You got, who's that, the 84 or no? The 81 of Eric Karen is back here.
That 22 just got the big push from the 21. Man, they're really sliding to get in the corner. 53 got real loose and slowed the 81 down.
Man, we got 3 lap cars up here in the top 6. And someone has just disappeared. That's Jonathan Goat having some internet issues.
Oh, no.
I think he's back. He's back now.
Oh, he's back now, yes. Oh, and the 53 to 9 cut.
So far, no caution on the track.
And the 9, he's spinning back there. He's on the track. He got it turned around and...
Wow, what an unfortunate incident there. And that's what can happen up here. Whoa, the 24 is turned by the 81 or just got loose. We got caution on the track now. That's going to help out that 9 and a couple other guys.
And there goes his fast repair. He's done. He'll be damaged for the night.
So take a look at this from the far chase cam here of the 81. As we're coming through the corner here, the 24 goes up by a bit. Ooh, gets a little loose, checks up. The 81 hits him on the inside bumper, and he's around. Looked like maybe Wes Hogue got a little high up there, and then so did the 24, and the 81 just driving his normal line just got into them.
Yeah, just a racing incident with how this track handles. It's really tough, and it finally caused an accident.
Yeah, it was almost inevitable. I mean, I that was kind of a simple situation to cause one, but the way these cars handle, man, I'm telling you, it's Daytona and they're almost fishtailing. I just never seen anything like it.
Yeah, the handling really went away on these cars the last couple laps, and they it's really tough out there right now. I imagine some of these guys can come in and get some tires.
Well, we seen it, Casey, earlier on as that run went on, and the guys got single file. Now, I don't know if they were conserving a little fuel or not, but it looked like the cars were going away lap after lap after lap.
Yeah, they were really getting sideways, getting in the corners. They were just hanging on, really.
And guess who gets the lucky dog? Your
Mr.
pick,
Eric
Casey
Wineland.
McMullen's pick, the Eric Wineland in the 22 car. Now, unfortunately for these guys, they're not going to get wave rounds because I doubt anybody's pitting.
Yeah, it looks like the lead cars are staying out.
But this will get a chance now to get these lap cars back at the back of the pack. Perhaps they'll let these guys race it out, and we're going to have a true battle here at the front.
So the top two guys, they stayed out. And the 54 come in, he got a fast repair done, fresh tires. 72 came in, got some new tires, and it looks like the 24 came in. He's still damaged though.
Yeah, interesting, different strategies here. I mean, with the new tire model now, I mean, they might handle better, but you're going to need a lap or two to warm them up as well. And we're only going to have a lap or two left.
Yeah, they might not make a big difference. If we had maybe 5 or 6 laps, I think that'd be the key. But I don't know if they'll get up there. Well, I don't know if they'll have the tire to get up there.
So Brad Patton's going to be leading this thing in the Budweiser. The 81 of Eric Caron's going to be in second in the Budweiser. And I don't know if they're teammates or not, but interesting to have the two Bud cars up here.
Yeah, and if they are teammates, good strategy for the night because they've stuck around all night.
Yeah, and so has Brandon Cruz and Joe Branch. You got Jared Bulliard is back in this thing after that little incident. Jonathan Goch's right in it, and Eric Wineland's back in it. So you have 7 cars up here battling for this race win.
Yeah, Eric's getting fresh rubber on his car, and he'll be ready to go. Looks like we have about 5 cars on the lead lap without any damage. So the 9 has damage, and the 24 has damage.
Well, there's no reason the 9. Well, I guess he probably didn't have a fast repair, but he could have come down and got some work done. I'm sure he did.
Yeah, and man, with a couple laps to go here, it's gonna be hard to get up back to the front. But you're gonna need a teammate.
You're going to need some help. You're going to need some cojones as well, because I think you're going to be going 3 wide to try and get this thing.
Right, and we know that 54, he's a good pusher, and he's going to be looking to push his way. His guy in front of him to the lead, and also past that guy.
Right, and that's the thing with these cars, the way they come off the corner, Casey. Now, usually you would push a guy through the corner, maybe through 3 and 4, and then you swing out on the high side and try and get a big run around him to the start-finish line. This is old Daytona. The way the cars are handling today, these guys are getting loose off in the middle. Do you look low? Do you try and force that guy to just get a little loose and leave a little peak of room on the bottom?
Yeah, that's what I'd do, because it's hard to get that outside lane to work all by yourself. If you're on the inside, you can definitely get it to work. If they leave the door open, I mean, I'd take it.
We come down to 1 to go here. going to be an interesting battle. Bud versus Bud. You got the 72 of Joe Branch and the 54 of Brandon Cruz in lane number 2. In lane number 3, you got the 9 and the 24, Jared Bolliard and Jonathan Goke. I mean, all solid drivers. It's anybody's game at this point.
Yeah, and they've put on a hell of a show tonight. Cause, man, they've had some really tight side by side getting in those corners, and you know how bumpy that is. They've done a really good job.
They've done a great job. You know, I didn't realize just how tough it was to drive the K&N car on this track, but my God, from looking at these in-car cameras, this is incredibly tough, and these guys are doing just a great job.
All right, so we'll be getting ready to go back to green here.
So we put up the belt just to remind you what these guys are racing for. The Vidane Racing Championship belt that we go to the winner of this series.
Yeah, it'll be a good night to pick up the points with Hogue having a little bit of a
Green,
issue
green, green.
tonight.
And the 22 gets a good jump here. We got 3 to go, 2 to go at the line. Here we go.
That 54 is going to have a good run, but nowhere to go with it.
Yeah, he's no, and he's turned from checking up. The 9's into him. 21 Wineland's into it. And the caution is out.
Ouch. Well, that's what happens at the end of these races. I mean, you're pushing it for all it's worth.
All right, we'll take a look back here behind the 21. So we see the 9 up there, and he's got to check up a bit. He hits the 54. 21 checks up. The 83 gets him. Oh boy, the 9 gets a piece of that. A lap car gets a piece of it as well. I think that was Eric Brantley, perhaps. Wow, tough break for a couple of these guys.
And you know who's going to be back on the lead lap? Mr. Joe Morganetti.
Joe Morganetti. Now, I'm not exactly sure if we're going with a green-white checker. I don't believe we are. We are.
We are.
Okay, green-white checker here. So this will be a very interesting finish, and there might be more than one green-white checker.
Actually, it says this is the final green-white checker attempt.
All right, I'll try and get it right. So the 2 Bud cars still out front there. Brad Patton and Eric Caron doing a great job here leading this thing. And they look like they're in real good shape.
Yeah, it looks like the 2 Dale Jr. cars versus the 2 Jeff Gordon cars there. On my screen, anyway.
Isn't that interesting? At the 72 and the 24 there. Bunch of good looking paint schemes out here.
I don't imagine there'll be hardly any takers here.
As we got guys coming by. Now that's going to be it.
Oh, that's it.
So that's what I was wondering. But Brad Patton is going to be your race winner tonight, folks. Alec Caron's going to come home in second. So those 2 Bud cars will win this thing. And sorry about the confusion. I didn't know if there was a green-white checker or not. Apparently not. So Brad Patton, your race winner, doing a great job. I mean, he did it better than everybody else tonight, Casey.
Oh, he sure did. I'd like to find out if those guys were teammates because they work together an awful lot. And yeah, it's a good race.
Yeah, it really was. They had a bit of a small field tonight, but I'm not really that surprised. Tough track, tough to handle. Some guys probably didn't feel comfortable with it, but these guys who showed up tonight, man, they sure can wheel it.
Yeah, they look like they've done this quite a few times. Cause man, that bouncing around, it's just amazing how well they were able to race around this track side by side, and they really did a good job tonight. Hats off to them.
Definitely. Hats off to them. And what we're going to do now, folks, is we're going to take another commercial break. We'll come back. We'll set the finishing order, and we'll get some interviews in the post race show with our top 3 finishers as soon as we get this. All right, we'll be right back, folks.
Coming up to the line, being chased, and it was Braden Johnson. Unbelievable finish. It was 1/1000th of a second between them.
Green flag in the air. We are racing in the 2020 24 Hours of Daytona.
They go door to door for the feature race lead here on the last lap of the race. Side by side for the race lead in the final corner at Homestead.
Down the back straightaway, 3 wide again for the race lead. This is unbelievable stuff here tonight.
Loma is going to have to be very deep on the brakes, and he is very deep on the brakes. It's side by side through the corner. This is for the win.
It'll be side by side. Davies low, Ottinger high. To the very inside is Garrett Low. 4 wide at the stripe. The Audis win here on this outside line. Neck and neck. Who's going to back out? Does anyone back out? Verstappen starts to squeeze on the inside, and now he'll try and straight line it. Goes under the apron, drag race to the line. It's so close to call.
All right, welcome back to Vidane Racing and the Rent-A-Race Car Super Speedway Series. That's a championship belt we got here from Vidane Racing. That's an awesome prize. Our championship, our series winner will win that prize. And of course, our race tonight brought to you by Joe's Variety Hour. Go check them out at bshow.info. Casey, wow. I mean, small field, big field, man. You always hold your breath when you watch these guys at Vidane Racing. You got me, Casey.
Yes, I'm here.
Yeah, Vidane Racing, man. Just awesome what these guys are able to do.
Yeah, they really put on a show tonight, and man, what a battle for the lead. Many times, I wonder how many passes.
Oh my God, the lead changes unlimited. Passes unlimited. And that's with a small field. Imagine these guys with 30, 40 cars, which they will have. Come check these guys out, man. They're the Super Speedway Series guys. Great prizes. Great guys running it. And we got to get some more people out here racing these things. You can't find better guys to race with, man.
Yeah, they are top notch super speedway racers, and they do a good.
Well, speaking of top-notch guys, I'm in here with Jonathan Goat. Jonathan, third place tonight, man. You got to be happy overall with that result.
I am pretty happy. It was, I mean, it kind of sucks that I got spun there at the end, but it set up a really good finish for us.
Yeah, I really did. I mean, always lots of excitement here at Vidane Racing. You had a great car early. I believe you started first or second. You ran up front a lot of the night. Beautiful paint job, too, by the way. So, it was a little frustrating. You got involved in a couple of things tonight. Talk about the early incident you had.
Oh man, I haven't run the old track in such a long time, so I was trying to stay out of way, and the wall just snagged me, and I was able to make a quick pit stop, and they passed me, and I think 2 seconds after they passed me, the caution came out, so I was able to get the lucky dog and come right back around.
Yeah, yeah, it was good timing for sure. Talk a little bit about that with the outside wall. We've seen several guys with that wall just reached out and grabbed them. Now, were the cars jumping up a lane or were they just running too high?
Oh, it is so bumpy. Like some of the guys in Discord were tasking like, "Oh, that moved to the outside. Was that you or the bumps?" I'm like, oh, "It's a mixture of both." Like the bumps throw the car around so much, and it just. I mean, this has been the best race of the season. Only 13 guys, but I'm pretty sure we put on probably the best show of the season.
Yeah, awesome show, guys. I mean, a lot of 3 wide and that. And let's talk about the end of that one run there, heading to about 20 to go, you guys kind of got single file there. Was that a fuel mileage thing, or were you just taking it easy on some old rubber? What was going on there?
It was because the car was getting super loose and super sketchy on the old tires, and I was sitting there playing with the fuel. I was contemplating doing 2 tires, but everybody agreed. I think only one person did two because it would be horrible getting out of the pits on 2 tires, and I think we were just riding to the pit stops, just trying to set up for a good finish.
Yeah, for sure. Yeah, we were just contemplating up here whether it was fuel mileage or not. I knew it was fairly close. But anyway, Jonathan, a great race, man, and a great car out there. Love the 24 car. And congrats on the third place finish, man.
All right, thank you guys so much. Thanks to Wes and Ian and Paul for putting on this awesome series.
All right, there you go. It's Jonathan Goat, Casey.
Yeah, what a great run by Jonathan. My pre-race favorite.
Yeah, one of your pre-races. You switched to whoever's up front, I think. But speaking of guys who were up front, Alec Karen there had a great race in the 81. I believe you caught up with him, Casey.
Yeah, Mr. Alec Karen, great race tonight. You got to be pretty proud of that second place finish. You were up there all night long, and tell me how was your race?
The track was very bumpy. My hands are hurting. Um, I'm happy with P2. It's my best finish for Vidane since I started. But I would like to go back to the replay of the finish when the yellow comes out. A couple of us believe that I was in front, so I would like to put in an appeal for this.
I'm looking at it right now. I just seen the picture post up. Yeah, you might have been out front. You might have something to argue.
Yeah, hopefully the admins can take a look at this.
It was a good race regardless. Yeah. Looked like you were working really well with the 22 there tonight. I don't know if you guys are teammates. You guys had the Budweiser paint schemes. You just really worked well together.
Yeah, we were calling it the Dale and Dale show. It just so happened we had the same paint schemes at the beginning. It was kind of funny.
Yeah, it looked good. It looked like I said, it looked like it was team show out there. You did really well.
Yeah, that was not planned.
Yeah, it was a really good race.
It's a great
Trying to
finish, Alec. And the scoring. I'm not sure if you'll get a race win out of this. The usually it goes back to the last scoring loop, I believe, is what iRacing does. So perhaps they can help you out here with the admins. You never do know. It's worthy of a chance at it. But nonetheless, man, second place. Congrats! What a great run tonight, Alec.
Thank you, guys.
All right. That was Alec Karen, our second place finisher. I believe we've lost our leader, our winner, Brad Patton. Here he is, Brad Patton, our race winner tonight, man, in the 22 car. Congratulations, Brad.
Appreciate it.
So talk a little bit about that finish there. A little crazy at the end there. You had the Dale and Dale show going on, as your partner says there, and just talk a little bit about those last like 6 laps or so.
Well, I'm not gonna lie. I honestly think that iRacing got it wrong. Alec was ahead of me when the caution came out, but they scored me as a winner. I mean, I'm gonna take it. It was to be my first Vidane win. But no, I mean the last few laps there, it was going to be pretty entertaining. It sucked that whoever was behind me got churned because the outside line was going to have a nice little run, and then I think we would have caught back up, and it would have been a photo finish.
Yeah, well, it's tough there. These cars, man, really tough handling. And one guy checks up a little bit, another guy gets into one. Just some tough racing there at the end. The other one I told your partners, I think iRacing goes back to the last scoring loop, so it might not be exactly when the yellow comes out. But you're going to be the race winner, man. You're going to get those points. It's a great night. But talk a little bit about just the handling of the car, running that high line, running the low line, the difference, the bouncing around, the jumping up a lane.
Well, first, I love this car at this track. This combination is amazing. the suck up that you get in the car when you're in the draft is just absolutely insane. And if you lift, you lose all the momentum, but you save other cars, which is awesome. We were doing a bunch of that tonight, and everybody was being pretty respectful on that matter. But on the inside, I mean, it was hard when the tires started wearing out because you would slide up coming out of the corner. Some people, I didn't have really that much of a problem doing it because I would arc it a little bit more. But no, I the high line is where the most fun is, and you got to run that BR line. You got to be like Dale, and got to represent Dale.
There you go. Be like Dale. I love it. You were just like him tonight, man. You're going to make up a ton of ground in this championship. And, we just brought out the picture of the championship belt, man. That's going to be a great prize for our championship winner this year.
That thing is amazing. It's 7 pounds of nothing but awesomeness.
I couldn't have said it better myself, Brad. Well, congrats, man, on a great race, and you really represented Dale really well. You ran the high line, you kept the car clean, and you come home with a victory tonight, man. Enjoy the champagne, enjoy the victory.
Time for a beer. I appreciate it. You guys have a good.
All right, Casey, that was our race winner, Brad Patton. We might have lost Casey for a minute there. Brad Patton, man, what a great job he did tonight. And just a fantastic run by all these guys here at Vidane Racing. And what we're going to do now is we're just going to wrap this thing up. Don't forget to check us out next Saturday night at 8 o'clock from the Angry Tree Guy. Go check them out too. There's the website there, www.angrytree.com. Pick yourself up a hoodie or a t-shirt. They got some great stuff over there. But it's every Saturday, 8 p.m. Get back here on Full Throttle TV next week and check us out. We'll have a bigger field, and we're going to have a great race out there. So I believe we're at Michigan next week, and it should be fantastic racing. But until next time, folks, we'll see you again.